Hey, here are 5 stupid things I've noticed since last time. Uganda set to pass brutal anti-gay law. I know lots of my Christian fellow Americans like to brag on this country being God's most favored nation, but I have to say, I think those crazy assholes in Uganda have us beat by an East African country mile. Or kilometer, or whatever they use over there. The so-called Kill the Gays bill, first introduced to the Ugandan parliament back in 2009, is set to become law. Rebecca Kadaga, the speaker of the Ugandan parliament, called the law a Christmas gift to the people of her country. Well, not all of the people, obviously. Those convicted of the charge of aggravated homosexuality will face the death penalty. Aggravated homosexuality applies to those who are HIV positive and gay parents, and also to so-called repeat offenders, which I guess means being gay more than once. There's also a clause in the law where the government asserts its authority to extradite Ugandans who commit same-sex acts while outside the country, which is a particularly harsh blow to Kamala and his longtime male partner Kim Chi. I guess you're not going home after all, my friend. I joke because it's so horrifying. 2.5 Men cast member trashes show for religious testimonial. So, yeah, Angus T. Jones, who is apparently an actor on that show that Charlie Sheen used to be on, that I never watched anyway, denounced his sitcom as filth in a recent interview on a video for some crazy Christian website. I don't really care about any of that, but what I do find interesting about this situation is how Christianity never fails to underwhelm me with the quality of its celebrities. I mean, the world has George Clooney and Brad Pitt and both Deschanel sisters, and Christianity has the half from 2.5 Men and Kirk Cameron and, I feel kind of bad bringing this one up, Mel Gibson. Jesus, Hollywood just isn't where you belong, man. Pack up and go home to Branson. Republican congressman suggests Obama supports al-Qaeda in Libya. Representative Louis Gohmert, Republican, Texas, I know, right, recently appeared on Frank Gaffney's radio show where he said this.
This administration sent planes and bombs in support to oust Gaddafi so that al-Qaeda and the Muslim Brotherhood could take over Libya. Call it Arab Spring, call it Arab Winter, whatever you want to, but it was disastrous unless you were wanting a new Ottoman Empire to take place, and that's what this administration helped jumpstart.
Son of a bitch. Supporting al-Qaeda and the Muslim Brotherhood so they can establish a new Ottoman Empire. That was obviously Obama's plan all along. You know, I bet that's why he had Osama bin Laden killed, so he could take over as the leader. No wonder he's been insisting that members of his staff address him as Sheikh. Pat Robertson accuses atheists of trying to steal Christmas.
The Grinch is trying to steal our holiday. Atheists don't like our happiness. They don't want you to be happy. They want you to be miserable. They're miserable, so they want you to be miserable.
He makes a good point, except for everything he said. Look, nobody's trying to stop anyone from celebrating whatever holidays they want to. Secularists are just concerned with making sure that governments aren't endorsing these celebrations of any particular religion. And Pat says atheists are miserable, but I'm an atheist, and I'm a downright jovial chap most of the time, and so are most other atheists that I know. Granted, that's anecdotal evidence, but so is what Pat's saying. But Pat's insane, and I'm not, which I feel breaks the tie in my favor. Anyway, Pat Robertson warning his viewers against the dangers of the atheist Grinch can only mean one thing. It's the war on Christmas season once again. Right on schedule, Bill O'Reilly, Pat Robertson, and Christians with nothing better to do from all over the country are busting out the old chestnuts. Atheists are trying to steal Christmas. Kitschy nativity scenes on government property are somehow a constitutional right. Every time you say Happy Holidays, Satan stabs George Washington in the ass with a trident. Why is George Washington in hell? I have no idea. Here's an even better question. What did Christians with persecution complexes do before they started imagining that secular forces were massing to deprive them of their most cherished rehabilitated pagan festival? How did they celebrate the holidays before they started complaining about not being able to celebrate the holidays? Church services, school concerts, tree lighting ceremonies, dinner with family and friends. Whatever it was, it must have sucked because they seemed to enjoy this a lot more. The hardest part is only picking 5. Catch you next time.